Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. The next phase of this party is about to start. We're going to see dramatic moves to the upside across the board. Won't be surprised to see XRP leading the way, outperforming pretty much all of the other top 100 cryptocurrencies. And it's also kind of nice to see that, at this time when things have been moving sideways, things ain't been going hot for some other coins. It's just nice to see that XRP holders, our community, we're not the ones bitching up a storm because we don't have to. XRP's sitting pretty compared to pretty much every other coin out there. And as I'll show you in this video, there are other coins, Ethereum, going through what we had gone through quite a bit in recent years, and especially throughout much of 2024. People down in the dumps, this isn't going, bitching up a storm. I made so many videos in 2024 talking about how that was occurring and how that's typically a bottom sign for markets. And wouldn't you know, it's just one more thing, one more point of confluence, and XRP absolutely ripped to the upside at the end of 2024, now sitting at number 3 in market cap. Now, how you going to act? How could you not be thrilled about this? And it was so obvious that this was, by a lot, the most probable outcome, but the best is yet ahead. So let's talk about this, because I got perspective from a number of XRP chart analysts in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam, including one who is insisting that, before we even get to whatever the hell the top's going to be for the price action of XRP, we're going to see a big move up, and it's going to get XRP to around $8 first. And I keep seeing tons of analysts saying that we're going to hit at least $10 as a peak for the cycle, but many analysts think it's going to be well over $20. Not so hard to believe now, is it? I've never believed that it's impossible, though I don't make price predictions. But now everybody else is coming around that wasn't so convinced, and yeah, $20 when you're at a little over $3 and you see this momentum, $20 doesn't sound as crazy. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is actually 2 p.m. right on the dot, Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025, XRP at $3.22, Bitcoin at $104,615. So we're really just waiting for the whole market to rip to the upside. There's going to be more action from Bitcoin. Take a look at this. I've highlighted quite a bit, especially in the early part of 2024. I spent a lot of time highlighting and noting how the stock market moves in tandem with the crypto market. And as an appetite for more risk increases in humans, just broadly speaking, and if there's money to allocate, then some goes into the stock market and some goes into crypto. And if people are feeling like they have a more of a risk-on appetite, the further there is that feeling, the more money goes into small cap stocks, the more money goes into small cap altcoins, for example. And you just go further out the risk curve. And I remember talking extensively in January of last year when it was far from certain as to whether or not even Bitcoin was going to hit a new all-time high. Remember, a year ago, Bitcoin had not hit a new all-time high from the previous cycle of close to $70,000. It hadn't done it yet. And so I just highlighted, look, and it did come to pass, and it shouldn't be surprising anybody, but in January, I talked about this a ton. I noted that it was something like, for each of the previous 13 times that the S&P 500 had climbed to an all-time high after reaching a bear market low, for 13 times preceding that, going back to like the 1950s, for 12 of the 13 times that happened, if you were to fast forward 1 year later, which is where we are now, then you would see that the S&P 500 was up on average 16% over that year. Now, we ended up being up close to, actually, I don't know the final percentage. I think it was like 23, 24, 25%. It was really big. It was bigger than the average. And so I said, I can't promise you that that's going to happen, but history tends to rhyme with itself. And so if that's what's happened 12 of the last 13 times, what do you think is most probable? And if that's going to happen, what do you then think happens with crypto, with Bitcoin leading the market? Well, you would think all-time highs way to the upside because the asset classes move in tandem. And then as you go further out the risk curve, you would see more money flow into small cap stocks, and you would see more money flow into altcoins, large cap, mid cap, and small cap. And that is absolutely what you've seen. I was speaking about this if you were listening to me in January last year, I talked about this a lot and a number of times throughout the year. And here we are, and it did indeed happen. And we're not done yet. Look at this from Charlie Bolello. The S&P 500 is back at an all-time high, crossing above 6,100 for the first time. Well, there we are. And this thing's going to continue moving to the upside if history is to rhyme with itself, because it's not done yet. And that means Bitcoin and the broader crypto asset class is going to follow. We're going to hit a top sooner than later, but we're not done yet. Not if history rhymes with itself. So I know there's no guarantees, but pretty much every analyst that I follow says way higher before we speak, even though chronologically, yeah, we're towards the end of this thing. In fact, here's chart analyst Khalil. He shared this with his 679,000 followers. He simply wrote, Bitcoin, send it to $150,000 plus with haste. And he's highlighting that where we are now looks a lot very similar to where we were just a year ago price-wise. So he thinks that we are going to be rocketing higher. Here's a post from chart analyst Ali Martinez on Bitcoin. Whales have bought over 22,000 Bitcoin in the last 72 hours, worth more than $2.24 billion. Well, my friends, I got to tell you, whales don't get wrong-footed. They don't buy cycle tops. This is not over. Things go higher. Here's a post from chart analyst Mustache. Hashtag altcoins, total market cap of crypto. Be more bullish. By the way, we're at yellow, and I'll just describe this for those of you not looking at the screen. We've got the crypto total market cap going back to about 2018, and he's noting where we are right now structurally over the last, say, couple months or so, last few months. That's pretty much the same as where we are at the similar point several years ago before alt season took off. And if you were here in 2021, you know what especially the first half of the year was like. It became mania. It did become euphoric. And he's saying that's what we're heading into. So if history is going to continue to rhyme with itself, yes, that is next. Here's a post from chart analyst Jelly. S&P just made a new all-time high. Time for Bitcoin to follow suit as per usual. Okay, so it's not just crazy old Moon Lambo saying this. Like, every analyst under the sun who is worth anything understands that the Bitcoin and the entire crypto asset class does move in tandem with the stock market. In this case, he's citing the S&P 500 specifically. But that's a good barometer for the stock market, obviously, and that's why it makes sense to look at this. There's also this post from Jelly. Head and shoulders pattern inside a massive ascending triangle. ETH bros slowly capitulating as we form the right shoulder. This could get interesting quickly. Price discovery soon. And so what we are seeing is Ethereum holders absolutely capitulating. And this is what XRP holders went through, well, pretty much all of 2024. And that wasn't the only year, but there was a lot of that in 2024. Even at times when the rest of the market was hot, XRP wasn't performing as much. But I insisted throughout the year that, look, this thing, XRP, for tons of reasons, even outside of chart analysis, XRP wasn't going to sit on the sidelines. It's got legal clarity. It's got it's the coin with some of the most utility in the entire crypto space, and it's been artificially suppressed for years. Of course it's going to go. It seemed obvious. And then you could look at what all the chart analysts said, and they're like, well, look at this. Inside of a symmetrical triangle for almost 7 years, it's going to break to the upside. And there's dozens of analysts that saw that coming. Wouldn't you know it? So I'm certainly not surprised. But now you have the market doing what it does to all communities. It's not like this is ever just for the XRP community to be beaten down. Now ETH holders are being beaten down. And I think this is usually what happens before you see a rip to the upside. Now, this matters to you as an XRP holder because ETH historically is the altcoin that leads the rest of the alts. So if it does move to the upside, expect everything to heat up if history is to rhyme with itself. That matters to you if you're an XRP holder. Here's a post from Crypto Insight UK. I am neutral towards ETH, but it does feel emotionally close to a bottom. Price is holding strong whilst there are publicly issues with Vitalik Buterin and the Ethereum Foundation. It reminds me of when XRP community were all falling out with each other over Ripple grants, etc., like 3 to 4 months ago before we ripped in price. I'm not saying it'll be today or tomorrow for ETH, but I feel like I've literally just watching this play out with XRP. I know a lot of people following me have an emotional dislike towards ETH because of ETHgate, but have a think about it, about what is okay saying here. Surely others see this too. Yeah, so that's right. And it highlights it's the same crap we went through as the XRP community, and now they're going through it, but it's going to rip to the upside, and XRP is going to go along for the ride and outperform. Crypto Insight UK also wrote here, crypto feels like it's chopping about on low volume, waiting for a catalyst to move one way or another. I personally feel it'll be up, and I think XRP will lead large caps. Yep, I agree with that. That's highly probable. Here's Crypto Insight UK also saying, when will XRP break $3.50? And so to be clear, there's no doubt here this is going to happen. Not really, not any serious doubt. All the analysts I follow say, yes, this goes way, way, way higher, price discovery. So it's cool to see a new all-time high for XRP, but the next fun part, price discovery. Extreme price discovery rocketing to the upside. Here's a post from Mikey Bull Crypto. ETH final move to resistance will break it. The breakout will be biblical, hashtag alt season. So he understands that if ETH breaks it, that's going to be great for XRP and every other coin that you hold. That's why I keep talking about it on the channel here. Here's another post from Mikey Bull Crypto. The current sentiment around ETH is quite low, which makes me even more bullish. The hated rally is indeed coming. This is how I played my game in this market, and it always plays out like SWE and XRP. Alt season in full force when the majority least expected. And that's actually correct. We were in the gutter, sentiment-wise. I wasn't. I was always thrilled, even throughout 2024. But I understood this is how humans behave and how they write stupid things on the internet that are based on their emotions rather than logically how they should feel. And same thing happened with XRP. And he's acknowledging that here. ETH is going to break to the upside, and it's going to be glorious. And eventually, this market cycle, there's a really good chance XRP is going to take that number 2 spot from Ethereum. Here's another one from Mikey Bull Crypto. XRP. It might pull a huge 2017 rally given the current price action path is following. The sentiment surrounding it is bleak, which made me believe such a scenario can occur. What do you mean bleak? Well, that post was from July 3rd, 2024. You see? Like, the sentiment was bleak. The price is in the gutter. It was 47 cents when he posted this in July. He's one of the many analysts that said, no, this is going to break to the upside. He understood the sentiment. Dr. Magic responded to that July 3rd, 2024. Definitely 2017 vibes. Monthly volatility is at all-time lows. When XRP breaks out, it's going to be violent AF. It's like, guys, tons of analysts saw this. Chart analyst JD responded July 3rd last year. I see the same, brother. Tons of analysts saw this. It was like the most obvious thing if you were paying attention, and then it came to pass. Are you surprised if you were paying attention or not? Here's another one. This is from today, though, this morning. Mikey Bull Crypto. XRP might rip through to $8 before a cycle top given the current bullish fundamentals. This is the period you manage your risk, by the way, as it is on resistance. So there you go. And I keep seeing stuff like this. XRP going to move up dramatically. And lots of analysts think you're going to have a big move to the upside. You could then, flutter about sideways for some amount of time before the final move. And that could easily take you into double digits. Some think over $20. And if the price of Bitcoin goes high enough, there will be enough money then to flow into XRP. But we'll have to see. I don't know. Here's a post from Crypto Wizard. Huge XRP signal. And this is just from this afternoon, 1:06 p.m. So a little over an hour ago. What if it's only just beginning? On the quarterly chart, XRP BTC is breaking out of a huge W pattern. A breakout will result in a crazy bullish rally that will leave you speechless. Next up is $4, but we won't stop there. Again, I just making sure all of you know, because I follow every single day dozens and dozens and dozens of chart analysts. I highlight a select few in my videos from day to day. I look at way more than what I show you in a video, because otherwise it would be too much. But yes, I do keep seeing this. XRP is going way, way, way higher. It's hard to find somebody that disagrees with that. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom. First one's from yesterday, and then there's an update from just this morning. So the one from yesterday reads as follows. XRP order book and overflow analysis. Very little order sitting above us on Coinbase and Binance spot markets. The last major sell wall sits around $3.50, and after that, it is empty to $4. Price would likely move very fast. As seen above, sellers aren't stopping us here, just a lack of buying follow-through. The entire market is waiting on whether or not Trump signs some executive order relating to crypto. It seems evident in the current price action. XRP has continued to hold well, great strength compared to the rest of the market. After seeing the expected retest of the $2.90 area, bulls have held it above $3. It seems any little bit of bullish news from Trump is all we need to send this higher. Okay, so that was yesterday in the afternoon. Then we have an update here. And I do find that interesting because it's just, you can see where sell orders are. Once you break through 350, you're going to be at $4 in like 0 seconds flat. So anyway, he says, you can now tell very clear the market is just patiently holding its breath, waiting for any spark. Bitstamp and Coinbase have not stopped their buying, which is drastic. Whoop, screen just jumped. It's such a drastic difference between all other venues that consistently see more market selling. As said above, we need a spark, some type of fuel to kickstart buying across the board, unsure how long the market can wait before rolling lower. Yeah, so again, that's another thing I keep seeing is we are just waiting, and there are also a ton of analysts that are insisting, like, XRP is just in its second bull flag. It broke out of one very recently. I've been talking about that a lot in recent days, and tons of analysts are noting, yeah, it's in the second one, and it's about to break out of that one too. Just need one more spark to start the fire for the next leg up, but it's coming. The best is yet ahead, but we don't have much time left. A year ago, I wasn't saying that. A year ago, I wasn't saying, we don't have much time left. I'm telling you now, we don't have much time left. But the good news is, where you get most of the life-changing gains, all the profits, that is ahead. So just time-wise, not much left. Profit-wise, tons ahead. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.